concept, we'll get into the same HSRP concept with VLANs and multi-layer switches. Now, the same concept is being moved to the L3 switches as per the today's network designs. Because if you see, the network is a little bit no more flat. Like in the earlier days, we just have a flat network where you have all the devices connecting to the switch, and then it connects to the router from where you access the internet, and you can have two gateways for redundancy, and then you can run the HSRP. That's how what we discussed in the previous scenarios. But if you see the today's scenarios, most of the production designs, you will have the hierarchical design where you have the L2 switches, the access switches, and you have the VLANs. You got a VLAN 10, you got a VLAN 20, you got a VLAN 30, and then VLAN 40. We'll take 4 VLAN example in our labs. And then you also have the L3 switches and even some core switches. And then these switches are again connecting to the internet with L3 interfaces. So if you see the evolution of the network is changed now, where you just don't have the routers. Means you still have the routers. I'm not saying the routers are being replaced. The routers are still there, might be connecting through VPNs or for WAN connections. But mainly, you might also have the internet connections going through the L3 switches. Now, in that scenarios, how we are going to do it, we'll try to understand here. Okay, that's what we'll be understanding in this case. Now, coming back to the designing hierarchy with the VLANs, now as you try to understand, most of the networks have multi-layer switches called as L3 switches, which can do the job of a layer 2, where you can just simply configure them into VLANs and you can configure them as a trunk links. At the same time, most of the switches also do capability of routing. So typically the multi-layer switches or the L3 switches or the switches which can also do routing, where you can assign the IP address on the interface, where you can also enable some routing protocols and also exchange the routing information with the different switches. Okay. So typically in today's scenarios, as per the design, mostly these L3 switches will be acting as a gateways. So you'll have the SVI interfaces, which will be acting as a gateway. If you just check the basic switching in the CCNA, you have some inter-VLAN routing using multi-layer switches. That's a similar kind of thing we'll see here anyway. Now on the top of it, what we'll do, we are going to enable the HSRP. So HSRP, again, the same concept of virtual IP for each VLAN we'll try to configure, and which means every VLAN will have a separate gateway. So in our example, we'll take VLAN 10, VLAN 20, VLAN 30, VLAN 40, 4 different subnets, 192.168, 1 dot network, 2 dot network, 3 dot network, and 4 dot network as 4 different networks. And we'll try to do load sharing as well. That's something what we'll do. Okay. So at the same time, we'll also configure the failover along with load sharing also will add. Like for the VLAN 10 and 30, I'll use this as a gateway. For VLAN 20 and 40, I'll use this as a gateway. As we discussed already, the load sharing concept, we'll try to do that same here as well. So the main idea here is we are just trying to implement the same redundancy protocols based on the current designs, where you will see multi-layer switches, and we'll try to understand how it's going to be. Okay. So if I try to explain a simple configuration example, anyway, we'll not use the same example in terms of lab. We'll do a slightly different example. But just to understand how it goes, if you see, we do have a multi-layer switches. You have a core switch, like typically your high-end core switches. So you will have an L3 switcher. So here you will have a VLAN 10, VLAN 20, VLAN 30, let's say. Okay. Just for the sake of understanding, I'll use only 2 VLANs, VLAN 101. There are only 2 VLANs. I'll use VLAN 101 and VLAN 102. Assume that this is accounts department and this is going to be my marketing department. Okay. So what we are going to do is we are going to configure the HSRP here as well. So if you remember the configuration commands, the same configuration commands what we discussed previously, the same commands applicable here. standby, group number, priority value, virtual IP, preempt. So I'm not going to discuss these commands. Already we know, we already covered in the previous labs. Now the main thing what you need to understand the difference here is this configuration goes on the SVI interface. So if you remember, in the case of routers, we used to configure this on the gig interface, which is the actual gateway for all the users sitting in the LAN if I'm connecting to the router. But now, as the routers are replaced with the L3 switches, so the gateway will be the SVI address. So SVI interface, nothing but switch virtual interface. Um, if you know some inter-VLAN routing in the switching concepts from the CCNA, you might be aware of this. So basically, the SVI is the gateway. Nothing but it's a virtual interface, not a physical interface. So the same configurations, what we do, we are going to configure the same commands under the VLAN interface, not on the physical interface, because this SVI will be the gateway. And again, what I'm doing load sharing. I'm saying that for all the users of a VLAN 101, I'm going to say this as a gateway. And if you see, the subnet is different because again, the basic VLANs, if I'm not explaining here the basic VLAN concept, I expect you to already know the stuff. The VLANs, if you remember the VLANs concept, VLANs is a virtual LANs where we divide multiple different departments into different segments and we make them in different subnets. Okay, so each VLAN will be in a different subnet where we are virtually creating a separate LANs, and there will be a separate gateways, SVIs for each VLAN, and there will be separate gateways. At the same time, there will be separate HSRP also. So HSRP also, we are not going to configure same HSRP. If you remember, in the case of HSRP load sharing lab, we did for the same network. That's going to be more complicated. So what we'll do it a separate HSRP for each VLAN. So every VLAN will have a separate HSRP. Likewise in the routers also, every network there's separate HSRP. Okay, so here also what we are doing, we are going to configure multiple VLANs. Like if you take an example, we have a VLAN 10, VLAN 20, VLAN 30, VLAN 40, using different subnets. Again, the designing and implementation we'll see with lab as we move on. So what I'm trying to tell you here is, as we have multiple VLANs, I can make one VLAN to use this as a primary, another VLAN to use this as a primary, another VLAN to use this as a primary. So we can just have multiple gateways and another VLAN, let's say from here. So this way you can do load sharing for different subnets. And at the end, you don't need that many gateways because we are using SVIs at the end here. Okay. So this is what typically you will find as per the current designs, the today's design networks, where you will see the HSRP. The majority of the HSRP will be running on the SVI interfaces compared to the gateways as per the design. But still, as I said, you might be running on the routers or on the L3 switches, depending upon your design. Okay. So here in this section, we'll try to see how the HSRP configuration goes with VLANs, assuming we have multiple VLANs and multiple departments. And that's what we are going to cover in our next section, where we'll see how to configure from scratch. We'll try to see that.